That's perfect. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now that we are here up and going, we are getting ready for what should be a very, very good football game. And if you are breathing tonight, it means you hate the Packers. Because breathe if you hate Green Bay. So we should be getting the kickoff here very soon out in Lumen Field. They renamed it from CenturyLink, whatever it was out there. Unless I was thinking of the name of the baseball stadium in Seattle. But anyways, the 12th man is out here watching the Seahawks. It looks like the Seahawks are wearing their highlighter yellow green uniforms, and the Packers are wearing their all white uniforms and helmets that would be really fun to see them wearing in a blizzard snowstorm. And believe me, guys, I cannot be any worse of a watch or listen than Chris Collinsworth is. I'm just going to say it now. I cannot be any worse than Collinsworth, especially when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. Okay, so it was Wright Stadium, just old name. Wow. Money does talk on everything, don't it? Looks like Collinsworth is saying something. My guess is he's probably glazing Patrick Mahomes and how majestic he was wobbling off the field. And the guy next to him is just looking at him like he's gone crazy. Today, well, let's see here. That Lions game might have gone differently if Dan Campbell didn't call an onside kick as early in the fourth quarter as he did. And that game also helped show that arguably the Packers aren't as good as their fans want to think they are. We all know that one random Packers fan that just blindfolds on like this. We's a Super Bowl team every year. We all know that one Packer fan who does that. We all know that one fan as a whole that has those blinders on and just thinks every team he roots for. Well, the wheel on the wheelbarrow broke. Now the wheel falls off the bus eventually, don't it? The wheels fall off the bus eventually there, Dawson. Just like I'm sure you know at least one fan in your life somewhere where I don't really care. I'm just saying you probably do know at least the one fan that just blindfolds on, says that their team's a Super Bowl team every year and doesn't care. Because everybody knows at least one person like that. I wish I could say the Bears were a Super Bowl team. I really do. Tomorrow night will be interesting. But yeah. And then before that, I just casually had Red Zone on, going back and forth between every single one of the games. Not exactly too concerned about the early noon slots, especially when the noon slot games were here in the La Crosse area, whereas the Kansas City Chiefs versus Cleveland Browns on CBS, and then the Fox game here was the Dallas Cowboys and Carolina Panthers. Yeesh. Maybe if we're breathing, it means the TV executives hated us today in the noon slot. They wanted to see how much we truly like our sports teams here. And unrelated to football news, in the D1 volleyball tournament, the Badgers got swept 3-0 by the Nebraska Cornhuskers, which, good for them. At least Nebraska's good at something. Our corn is still better. And you need our cheese too. So, you're right. So, we will say this until when the game comes back, we'll be on track here. But Nebraska, you may have won the volleyball match there, but here in Wisconsin, our corn is better, our cheese is better, and our women are better looking. You ain't got nothing on us. Besides, tragically, you do get to host the College World Series every year. But that's about it. And now NBC is glazing Andy Reid before the... Why are we having Andy Reid talk before the Sunday night game? Thomas, remember, breathe if you hate Green Bay. If you don't hate the Packers, I guess you're holding your breath. But if you breathe, you hate Green Bay. And yeah. Oh, makes sense now. They're having Andy Reid do the intro because he did work for both the Seahawks and Packers at one point. How long has that man been around in football? Like, is he gonna be the first ever coach that's a casualty on field dying because he's been coaching his whole life? All right, anyways, looks like we're about to get kickoff between the 9-4 Packers and the 8-5 Sea Chickens. Let's see what happens here. Hey, NFL, we were supposed to have kicked off by now. You said 7:20. Oh, wait. They always take their time, no matter the sports league. They always take their pretty time. So we're going to see here what happens whenever they decide to start playing. The Seattle Seahawks look like they're a highlighter. Like, they literally look like they're highlighters you'd see in a high school classroom somewhere today. And the Green Bay Packers look like they decided to just take a sheet of paper and turn it into a football uniform. And the color schemes with both teams wearing the same color on everything. Well, the Seahawks helmets aren't bright green, thank God. That'd be ugly. But why is it the color schemes of all these teams' uniforms looks like an old Thursday night game? Also, everybody, that 4-9 on the bottom of the screen for the NFC North standings has never looked sexier. 4-9. It has never been sexier. And neither has a 7-game losing streak. None of them have ever been sexier. Before kickoff, I'm going to go grab a few beers. All right, now that I'm back and grab some beer and they have some old guy going crazy above everything, Jason Myers, the Seahawks kicker, is coming out for the kickoff. It looks like we're going to see Keyshawn Nixon and Bo Melton return right away, and I need Tucker Kraft to ball out for fantasy. And it looks like the Packers, they're going to return it. He's there to 25, 30, 35, breaks a few moves and brought down as Nixon makes a couple men miss. And we get to see Jordan Love right away, and they're all white, looks like an old Thursday Night Football color rush uniform. I'm not the only one here who remembers the Thursday Night Football color rush uniforms, am I? Please say I am not the only one who remembers those color rush uniforms. Anyways, it looks like Jordan Love is in their shotgun formation. It's a motion by Reed. Love under center right away. Throws to Jacobs. And did he just trip over his own guy's feet? Like, did he seriously just trip on his own guy's feet there? Jordan Love does have 11 interceptions through so far in the season. He hasn't thrown a single one in the last 3 games, which is good considering a lot of those interceptions were very what was he thinking type interceptions. Here it is, Love under center, screen pass to Jacobs again. He makes a few men miss and then's brought down, but there is laundry on the floor. Let's see where the penalty goes, and I'm not going to lie, the all-white Packer helmet looks pretty cool. Like, that looks really nice. And it is on the defense. Looked like it is an unnecessary roughness on Wolfen here. So it was already a first step. Yeah, you can't just go running and hit the quarterback on purpose, especially in front of the ref right there. You can't do that, buddy. So let's see here what happens now as the Packers have 1st and 10 at the Seahawks 31-yard line. And when we're done with this, I'm going to be working on some more finals, a couple beers in. If I pass, that'll be a miracle. Got some action. Love hands it off to Jacobs. Everybody not named Josh Jacobs has yet to see the football. Like, I don't know why it is, but for some ungodly reason, so far in this entire drive, they have yet to give the ball to a single wide receiver or tight end. Like, I understand Jacobs is the heart of your offense now in a run-first offense, but damn. Motion, Love, hands it off to Jacobs again. And he's going to be brought down, bringing up 3rd and manageable here, but Josh Jacobs has been the only person getting the ball here on 3rd down and 3. This might sound like a weird concept, but why have I seen this before? They give it to the running back again. It's another 1st down. Again, why do I feel like I have seen another NFL team that just all they do is run? It's totally not because I root for that team, is it? Might also be why they're 4-9. Because they're stuck in the past. Though they would be making Army, and Navy proud with the way that they're just running the football here. Love, well, it looks like they're in an I formation. Usually means they're going to run the ball. Yep, they pitch it off to Jacobs. Huge hole and brought down at about the 11-yard line. Green Bay is cooking here. But at some point, the Packers are going to have to throw the football. This is going to sound really bad. At some point in the year of 2024, you are going to have to throw the football. Josh Jacobs has 87 touches in the first quarter this year. Love shotgun formation. If you said he was going to run the ball off and give it to Jacobs, you would be correct. Like, I don't think Matt LaFleur knows what throwing the football is anymore. He just keeps running the ball. This is weird. Like, I know you're in the red zone. I know Seahawks run defense isn't always the greatest, but it's 2024. You have to throw the freaking football. Love shotgun formation. Then, once again, they gave it to Jacobs. He's brought down after about 1 yard. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 5 here. This is really weird. Just I have only seen like 2 passing plays by the Packers, and both of them were screen passes to the running back. So far, Josh Jacobs has been the only person touching the football in that whole offense if you're not the center or QB. I'm going to say they're probably running the ball here again as they give it to Jacobs. Nope. Play action. Love. Scrambling. Love. Hit. Brought down to 1. I'm impressed they actually weren't going to run the ball, though they still kept it on the ground. No wonder the Packer receivers are mad with the freaking head coach. I would be too. They say get your big boy pants on and start blocking, but guess what? If I'm in the NFL as a receiver, my job is to go catch a freaking football, not just watch the running back run it. Here it is. They handed it off to Jacobs, and touchdown Packers. Green Bay scored the touchdown here. This is really weird just seeing. Was that a San Diego Chargers Phillip Rivers jersey? Like, hold up. Was that a San Diego Chargers jersey at a Packers Seahawks game? That all right, I guess. Anyways, the extra point is up and good. All Josh Jacobs, that's literally all the Packers did was just run the ball off Josh Jacobs this entire drive. So, let's see how many times he's carried the ball already here. Like, this is insane. I'm not going to lie, that is insane. Oh, Josh Jacobs has carried it 7 times for 27 yards already. Both their passing plays were to Josh Jacobs with 2 receptions for 17 yards. That is insane. I don't know what I'm supposed to say here other than the Packers felt like turning the clock backwards a lot. Like, I understand running the ball is important still, but good God, throw the ball, please. Because in other words, we're all just going to sit here bored. Like, that is a snooze fest. LaFleur should take the ball. Huh. Yeah. It seems that we the Lions head coach Dan Campbell's afraid that he lost 2 more players with season-ending injuries with a knee and jaw, which I'm starting to think maybe Ford Field should be a perfect example as to why, and I mean just why, we don't play football on concrete and artificial turf, but we play it on grass. If you can get it in Miller Park, you can get it in there, which I think they're probably going to do a whole Miller Park type thing soon. Ah, yeah, the classic Fail Mary game. You know, we're due for a good we're due for a 2014 NFC Championship game type result. Because, well, whoever the home team is in this matchup usually wins. The kickoff is away. Then they're going to return it to the 20s blocker drop and he's to the 25 after his guy fell onto his butt. So we'll see what Geno Smith can do for tonight. Metcalf, yeah. I'm going to see how my fantasy team is holding up. Let's see how my fantasy team here held up. I might, even with the Mahomes injury, have escaped and be holding a lead into next week. It's going to have to wait now as the Seahawks shotgun formation, movement with Metcalf. Geno Smith under center, throws wide open. Metcalf was wide open and was slipping on the turf, but it's an easy first down. You can tell the Packers secondary is hurt. Their pass rush up front was doing okay. The line bought just enough time. And, yeah, wide open. He just, burned them. They hand it off. That goes about nowhere. Matthew Sandy, Dubs. Sup, bub? Sup, man? Same bet time, same bet channel tomorrow when I'm doing the Bears game. And yes, my shirt says what you think it does, bubs. But anyways, let's see here. Still, the guy wearing the San Diego Charger jersey is a legend at Seattle. Shotgun formation, Smith throws it, gets it to the tight end, Fant. It's going to bring up third and medium here. We'll see what happens. What the official market. What's with all the signs saying one day? It's third down and 4. Yeah, someday I'll make it to Lambeau too. And mine's not going to be travel halfway across the country. I'll probably wear my DeSoto Pirate shit there. Or Milwaukee Brewers. Shotgun formation. Smith. Pocket collapses and down he goes. The Packers pass rush was finally able to break through. Let's now bring up fourth down. Unless they're rookie Cooper that broke through here, and Packer fans going, "Oh, we're fan base travels." I'm just gonna say this: if your fan base travels, how does your fan base always have the money to go to these places? So it's gonna be a 4th and 13 for a punt here. The kick is up. It's a fair catch called for around the 20, and Green Bay is going to start at the 20. When we come back from this commercial break, as the rookie here got a sack to stop all the momentum for the Seahawks. Of course, the Packers' defense is very hit or miss. They're having to bank on more of a high-powered offense here. Hopefully my fantasy football team it survives to where I can take a lead into next week here for the playoffs. This is assuming the thing will load. So it's also finals week, so hopefully at UW anyways, I don't know how the other colleges are. Hopefully if you are doing... Wow. I'm winning with 93.5 points. I still have 3 guys yet slated to play tomorrow. And 1 currently in play. David Montgomery laid an egg. 7.5 points. St. Brown came in clutch. Nothing out of Tucker Kraft because all Matt LaFleur did was run the football. Which, if it wins, great. But in the year 2024, unless you're Navy beating up on Army, you're not going to do that. Oh, I'm well aware Brock Purdy laid an egg. So did every single San Francisco 49er. But this drive, I'm curious to see if Matt LaFleur will actually decide to pass the football, or is he going to keep running it as if we're in 1947? Wait, actually, correction. Is he just going to keep running the ball like the 1930s? Like pre-World War II? When all we did was run the football because the forward pass was a very foreign concept to them. Also, what's with all these people when they go to football games, putting these big foam things to obstruct everyone's views on their head, looking other than guaranteeing they'll be on TV? And the Packer fan with devil horns very much accurately portrays some of these modern day Packer fans. At least they're showing their true colors. I'm not even going to ask what the heck they're advertising on NBC right now, because that was weird. But this is the 7-0 lead. The Packers have the ball from the 20. Jordan Love under center. Once again, just dumps it off to the running back. It's the first down, breaks 3 tackles. He gets it up to about the 40, 41-yard line. That's a big 20-plus yard chunk play. And once again, Jordan Love goes to the running back, and the only player seeing the ball is your running back. Not to sound bad here, guys, but if you just keep giving the ball to your running back, he's going to come up hurt eventually because of all the wear and tear. Shotgun formation. Love throws it finally to a receiver in Jaden Reed. That's a gain of 9. So far, the Seahawks defense has been absolutely laying an egg. It is 2nd down and 1. Also, now that I think of it, a Seahawk laying an egg. That's about right for a hawk. Hawks lay eggs to have a baby hawk, so yeah. Guess it makes sense. Shotgun formation. Hands it off to the backup running back. He gets manhandled and brought down. That's going to be 30 inches, maybe enough for the first down. Depends where that spot is. We just know it's at midfield. It's a first down. Jacobs is coming back into the game, which not sound bad. I would probably keep him on the sidelines a little more before he gets hurt with wear and tear here. We'll see who that's here. My bet is because Jacobs is on the field, they're going to somehow run the ball to him again, because that's kind of all LaFleur does. He has yep. The play has been blown dead, so let's see what happens. Was there a timeout? Ball start. Jordan Love does not look happy here. The Packers call a timeout. What it was for, I don't know, but this is interesting. Oh, it says Melissa Stark is reporting something, but my TV is muted for the sake of this, so I'll have to look into it later. But yeah. If the Packers win this game, they go to 10-4, that would be about right when I'm sitting here going, yay. Just yay. Green, the Lions gave me some joy last week, I guess. Love under center. 5 seconds on the play clock. 4. There's hands it off to Jacobs. He breaks free and brought down in the secondary around the 30. They're going to have to keep. Eventually, you're going to have to want him to stay on the sideline for more than just one play. You're going to have to eventually rest him more because he is he's like their entire playbook. Not to sound bad here, but I don't think Matt LaFleur knows how to run an actual playbook that doesn't evolve around just 1 or 2 players. Love shotgun formation, hands it off to Reed. Reed gets a solid gain of 8, I'd say, give or take a few here, but I've only seen 2 players get the ball. And when you take away the cue on this, he's only handed or handed it off to or thrown it to Jacobs and Reed. They gave him a gain of 9 here, but the Packers, their offense is just so one-dimensional. If it's 1 or 2 guys, it's kind of pathetic. Love under center, shotgun formation, movement by Wicks. They hand it off to their other running back here. And let's see, which one is this? Oh, the other way you see what? Oh yeah, here comes Josh Jacobs again. I don't think Green Bay knows how to do anything besides just give it to the running back anymore, do they? They really don't know. Green Bay is they've ran the ball 12 times already for 66 yards. They're just running the football. Well, they screen past the Reed, and he's brought down right away. Gain of 1. This is a chill about Jacobs. Matthew, not sound bad, but yes, he's a good running back. But you understand football. Let's just look back at it this way. Did Green Bay win anything when your entire playbook was Devontae Adams? Now your entire playbook is a running back. Jordan Love is standing alone under center here. Throws it to Dobbs and touchdown. This is not looking like it's going to be much of a game, is it? This is not. Okay. Let's just hope that shirtless dude that was double fisting beers is from Wisconsin, because we will probably claim him. We will probably claim the guy that is shirtless, just double fisting beers. Anyways, the Packers, they're getting ready for line up for their extra point. The kick is up. It is good. It is now 14-0 Green Bay already. And honestly, I was kind of hoping for this to be a better game. I was really hoping this would be starting out as a better game. But this has kind of been a disappointment so far. Just like what's with all the Wicked advertisements? Like, is that also not a valid question? But anyways, yeah. The Packers playbook is one-dimensional. The Seahawks are laying an egg here. Tomorrow night, I apologize, America. I apologize that you get the Bears. Like, I truly apologize. Like, genuinely, I am sorry that you have to watch the dumpster fire known as the Bears. This is going to be bad. Real bad. So, the last couple times teams like Green Bay are out to a fast start eventually turned into a close game, so I'll keep my hopes up on that for a close one, because blowouts are not fun at all, and that's kind of why the NBA's ratings have been in full freefall mode. NBC's advertising a medical sitcom. We're coming back now. It looks like they're showing there's live shots of Seattle on commercial from their drones. Also, anyone else hear about the whole weird drone situation over on the East Coast? Like, that's just my question. Anybody else hearing about that weird drone thing? I don't know what's going on with that, but it just seems really weird and random. Like, you're telling me we can't figure out if it was our own drone or not? That seems a little strange. But anyways, back to football. The Seahawks get to the 20, around the 30. Maybe it's a publicity stunt. Maybe. Or it's just the latest part of the media trying to scare everybody. But then again, this is why I'm watching football, drinking beer right now. Because I don't want to think about the all the possibilities it could potentially be. And once again, the Packers are without Jair Alexander. And all my friends who are Packer fans here, could someone please confirm or deny this? Ever since they gave Jair Alexander the bag for doing a gritty on Jefferson, it seems that he hasn't exactly been able to stay healthy or do much at all, and just kind of became all about himself, mental head case. Like, that doesn't seem too far-fetched, does it? Anyways, it's 2nd down and 3 here for the Seahawks. They got some movement by Lockett. They hand it off to the running back. He breaks up free. He gets the 1st down, and then some. It's going to be but there is some laundry on the floor here, so we'll see what happens. Ah, yes, the classic holding on the offense. Did the ref put up the finger for 1st down? So they're going to give him the 1st down. But saying it was a hold. Okay, yeah, there it is. I can see it now. He's pulled him down by the belt strap. Also, why were there 2 big linemen grabbing each other by the belt waist there? 2nd down and 13. That erased what would have been a pretty nice run. Shotgun formation for the Seahawks. Smith under siege, throws it up. He finds a wide open, JSN. So Smith Najigma. I gotta be really careful saying that name quick. Holy crap. And there is a Noah that plays for Eastern Michigan that's going to make things really interesting for commentating. All right, back to play. They hand it off to the 40. It's another 1st down in there. Okay, now Seattle is starting to get things going. They might be trying to make this a ball game now. You know, the amount of Packer fans I see in Seattle doesn't surprise me because they are a big port city, which means you probably do have people from all over the country that do know about the Packers and like them out there. So, I would say people vacationing, but I don't know who would travel on a vacation to Seattle of all places at this time of year. Anyways, we have it where the Seahawks are moving the ball at the end of the 1st quarter. They have a 1st down on Green Bay 32-yard line. Jordan Love so far is a nice, comfortable 6 of 6 for 62 yards. Jacobs has carried the ball 8 times for 46 yards and a touchdown. He's also got 3 receptions for 38 yards as their leading receiver, which I don't know what I'm supposed to think. The Bears could have signed that. The Bears could have signed him. But they chose DeAndre Swift, they swiftly signed DeAndre Swift when we could have had Josh Jacobs, who isn't injury prone and very established and would have been very much of a good security blanket for their young quarterback. And let's see here. Geno Smith is 4-4 for 52 yards. Charbonnet has 2 carries for 17 yards. And Jackson Smith-Njigba has 1 reception for 25 yards. Those are your team leading stats on the first quarter so far. Green Bay did have to burn a timeout fairly early on to avoid a delay of game. Swift is good. The rest of the Bears just suck. Yeah, the Bears could have also hired a competent head coach, but they didn't do that either. So yeah, Matthew, Dawson, you both have very good points. And obviously DeAndre Swift is a very damn good running back, but if we compare it to what Jacobs is doing and even did with the Raiders, who had one of the worst lines, you're telling me, if we look at it that way, that he couldn't have been good for them. And the Bears, we could have had Jim frickin' Harbaugh, but no. Smith, screen pass to Njigba, somehow got decent positive yardage out of that play. I don't know what I just watched. We will, but anyways, yeah. The Bears, they could have hired literally any competent head coach on planet Earth. They could have hired DeSoto's head coach for all that we cared. And he couldn't be doing any worse. Because I now have more yards than the Chicago Bears did in the first half last week. But anyways, now after a loss of a couple, it's going to be third and short, third and manageable here. It looks like the Packers rookie linebacker got in there once again, and along with Ngabangwe. Anyways, he was left unblocked, and the running back just kind of just got obliterated there. Love is just... Why does Jordan Love have the smoking Jay Cutler look on the sidelines sitting on his bench there? Anyways, it's 3rd down and 2. That's a very long 2 yards. Smith, and he is sacked again. He is brought down at about the 30 for 4th down. Rashad Gary is doing the robot? Rashad Gary was doing the robot? Also, when did Rashad Gary decide to actually be good? When did he decide to wake up and play football? Anyways, it's looking like the Seahawks are probably getting ready to kick a field goal here. It's going to be a 48-yard try. And this kick is up, and it is right down the middle. That's going to make it 14-3. Now it looks like the sack that Gary had was both the offensive line failing and a coverage sack. A little bit of both there. They never really showed downfield. They just showed Rashad Gary the whole time. Either way, the Packers' defense so far, their edge rush is holding up, which has not exactly been the story most of the season. Like, at all. I also don't think that the Packers kicker they had in the beginning of the year, Narveson, was the problem. It's just somebody had to be their scapegoat, so they chose to blame the kicker because that's the easiest escape route blame you can have, is just blame the kicker. So, yeah. Like, yes, some of those kicks he missed earlier in the year was bad, but again, until your kicker literally boots you out of the playoffs on a double doink, I will never feel bad for the Packers when it comes to the place kicker. What do you think about the AFC playoff picture after today? It's going to make these last 3 weeks real interesting because I actually, believe it or not, have that pulled up right now. And we all know the Chiefs are the 1 seed. The Bills are the 2. That's not really going to change. What's going to be interesting is the 3 and 4 seeds. The 3, 4, because we got a 3-way tie for the technically in the 4 seed right now. But yeah, the 3 and 4 seed fight's going to be interesting because right now we are currently tied with North, West, North, South, East. But you got the Broncos because they're in the same division as the Chiefs. It says they're technically tied for the 4 seed right now, but are the top wild card at 9 and 5, which is interesting and going to be fun to watch. You got the Ravens, Broncos, Texans, Chargers. They're all beating up by each other, and this should be fun to watch. Anyways, the Packers are returning it. Goes airborne, hurdling a guy, and brought down at about the 29 because he's greeted by a bunch of highlighters. But I think, yeah, the AFC should be really fun to watch. The NFC, it's going to be either the Eagles or Lions that go to the Super Bowl this year. I don't see, like, Green Bay, we'll use them as an example here. The Packers are good, but I just don't know if they're good enough to pull off Mission Impossible again, where you'd have to win back-to-back weeks against the Eagles, and Love somehow gets out of a sack, throwing it to Tucker Kraft for a gain of 8 here. But I just don't know if the Packers are like good enough to go all the way to a Super Bowl this year. They're good enough to they'll make some noise, they'll make it interesting. They'll for sure probably win their wild card game. They hand it off. Jacobs brought down after a gain of 1, give or take a few. So it's going to be a 3rd and extremely short here. As of now, your NFC title game is going to be Eagles, Lions, or Eagles, Packers, Lions, Packers. One of the 3. I'm leaning towards Lions, Eagles right now because it wasn't much, wasn't pretty, but the screen pass of just fall forward for a first down worked. But I'm just going to say that because the way the seeding is right now, Minnesota's going to be the top wild card seed that takes to where they'll be the 5 taking on the 4. So they'd be taking on the winner of the NFC South. The Seahawks apparently have Kobe Bryant. The man decided to stop playing basketball and play football. Wait, wrong Kobe Bryant. Love under center, throws it deep downfield. Did Watson catch that? He did. He did make that catch somehow. That was actually impressive. Oh, God. The Packers have a quarterback that's just making dot throws again. God damn it. Here I go again. Why do they get to have franchise QBs all the time? Love hands it off to the running back for about gain of 2 before being brought down. This Thursday night game should have an interesting playoff implication here. Was he? But yeah, that catch was impressive by Watson. It's also annoying knowing that the Packers once again have another franchise quarterback. Here it is, 2nd down and 8. I'm just sitting here drinking knowing my team's not playing for a Super Bowl again. Jacobs is brought down after another gain of 2. Yeah, Broncos Chargers Thursday night should be another good one. That'll have a real, well, it won't boot either team out of the playoffs. It's probably going to determine who's going to be the 5 seed versus the 7 seed essentially. And Dawson, if I were a Bronco fan, I'd want to be gunning for that 5 seed and playing the lowest division champ, because if you're a 7 seed, you have to go play Buffalo, and good fucking luck. Like, good luck with that one, buddy. At least your team's playoff caliber. 3rd and 6, Love, looking, throws one up in the air, bounces in front of Dobbs. That's going to send out the field goal unit here. So I'm sure Packer fans are loving the fact that Jordan Love isn't what he was earlier in the year on that. You could tell Love threw it to a spot, and Dobbs wasn't quite there yet. Yes, so I don't know if it was like wrong route or whatever here. This is a 39-yarder by McManus. It's up, and it is good. That's going to bring it back to a 14-point game, making it 17-3 in favor of the Packers. Which means we're now going to see what the Seahawks have in response when they get the ball back here again. But yeah, the NFC side of things is not going to be as entertaining, because at this point, only with the sheer fact that at this point we already know who's all going to be in the postseason for the NFC. So those 7 teams are pretty much set. We're just waiting to see the final seedings. And then if we look at it, the AFC, they're the stronger conference by far again this year. The Broncos, they're the surprise team that surprised everyone. I don't think any of us thought they'd be doing as good as they are with Bo Nix at the moment. Like, that is a very pleasant surprise for them. But yeah, Kansas City, they're the 1 seed right now. That's all pending the health of some guy named Pat Mahomes at the moment. Because if Mahomes isn't healthy, that'll be a problem for them down the road. But the Bills with what odds are is going to be the MVP in Josh Allen. This is looking good. Well, says playoff possibility 99% if they win, lose currently. They clinched their division. They're going to the playoffs. It should say playoff probability 100% for them. The Steelers are the 3 seed, which the AFC North, man, that's going to be interesting, because the Ravens, they just beat up on the Giants. The Steelers just lost to the Eagles. So the AFC North race is going to be fun, because one team's 10-4, the other one's 9-5. The Texans, well, they're in the AFC South, so their ticket to the postseason is pretty much punched. Broncos, Chargers, that'll be interesting to see how it goes. Chief fans should be hoping Mahomes is healthy, because otherwise you got to pray that Carson Wentz is what he was in 2017 before he got hurt. The Packers special teams is celebrating after getting another step. Their offensive lineman, Jalen Sundell, is a rookie who's a UDFA that signed down North Dakota State from the FCS. He played in 9 games, did not make any starts. It's kind of expected for an undrafted rookie. They hand the ball off to their running back. He's still going, got about a gain of 5. This Packers run defense doesn't exactly look like it's always the strongest. If anything, that's probably going to be the one thing that costs them, isn't it? It was officially marked as a gain of 5. So we're going to see what happens here. Looks like Smith is in shotgun formation. Man, Seahawks really did revive Geno Smith's career. They gave it to the running back, trying to make room, and got about a gain of 1 on that. So bring up 3rd and 4 here. There's just like nowhere for him to go. We're just looking at this way this Seahawks offense is so far. Weeks 1 through 9, 38.1, second in the NFL. And then pass attempts per game. Now they're 22nd in the NFL. So we'll see what happens here. Shotgun formation of Geno Smith. 3rd down and 4. So obviously a passing situation. Smith throws a laser to his guy. 1st down to Boo-Boo. Speaking of undrafted rookies for next year, do you think Jack Studer is going to get into the NFL? If he wants to go pro, some team probably might give him a sniffer, but if he doesn't, it means he used football essentially to go to school. But I can see it where some team is either going to wait until he's undrafted and scoop him up for next to nothing, or take a late round pick flyer on him on day 3. Smith throws it. His receiver, it's about a gain of 3 or 4 by Smith Najigma. We'll see how this goes here. But yeah, I don't know if Jack Studer, I don't know why NFL teams wouldn't be taking sniff flyers on him. Okay, I do have another question here. How is it Love got the roughing the passer, but Van Ness ran into Smith and they didn't call that? Anyways, that's another gain of so bring up 3rd down and 2, but after the running back had it. The Seattle Seahawks coach is sitting here looking confused. I don't know what would be confusing him, other than the fact that there was an opening for the running back and he didn't take it. He kept following his blockers. 3rd and 2, Smith scanning the field, throws it, contested, incomplete, just out of the reach of his receiver of the running back there. 4th down and 2, and once again out comes the punting unit. Though there is there's laundry on the floor. They got laundry on the ground. Let's see what happened here. If this is against Green Bay, it's going to be a 1st down for the Seahawks. Looks like they're talking to the Seahawks coach. Means he's probably, it might be against Green Bay. Let's see what it is here. Yeah, it's a holding on the defense. So it's a 1st down. They got Keyshawn Nixon with the hold here. Let's see what he was doing. Okay, can I ask where the hold was? That receiver, if anything, should get an Oscar for that acting award. Because that was the ultimate flop to get the hold there. Anyways, 1st and down for the Seahawks. Smith unloads downfield, finds Najigma. It's at the Packers 30. That was I'm not a Packer fan, but I am very much wondering where the hold on the play before that was, because the guy pulled a LeBron James and flopped. That was something else. But Jackson Smith-Njigba obviously is leading the team in all their stats. It's almost as if he was a first-round pick or something. Smith hands it off to Njigba on the receiver, reverse. Maybe got a yard out of that one. Jordan Love was 9 of 10 for 108 yards and a touchdown here. Smith is 9 of 9 for 94 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Of course, Jordan Love didn't throw any interceptions either. I also think it's really weird how these graphics that Sunday Night Football has it where the quarterback will be blinking at me. It's really weird. I don't want one where the QB's blinking or winking at me. 2nd down and 8, so it was a gain of 2, miraculously. Smith throws it. It's caught by his tight end, Fant. And the way they're sliding after they hit the ground, you can tell it's raining out in Seattle. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 here. So we will see what happens on this and what's up the Seahawks bag of tricks here with the shotgun formation. Looks Packers possibly showing blitz here. They're stacking the box to prevent the run. Smith under siege. He takes himself running, slides after getting the 1st down. And there is also laundry on the ground. And Cox is a little slow to get up from some friendly fire. We had some I don't even know if I can say that because of the way their last names are. I thought it sounded really bad, but we had some Curry and Cox action. Nixon got called for another hold. But yeah. Curry, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but Query and then Cox had some friendly fire action with each other. But it is 1st down and 10 from the Packers 13. The Seahawks are moving. Can't see this. They throw it. Section. That's about a gain of 1. This will be 2nd down and 9 here. Yeah. Dawson, Denver lost that trade big time. Denver lost that trade because you get Seattle does not miss Drew Lock, but you gave them a backup quarterback for a couple years. Their starting tight end. Walker is on the ground with the training staff and Matt LaFleur at the moment, which that's going to be another big loss for the Packers defense if he's out hurt. But yeah, I think it's safe to say Denver lost that trade. Let's see what happened. Walker was hobbling on one leg mid-play, which means oh man. He's leading their team in tackles for loss for 9 of them with 99 tackles in the year, but whenever a player's hobbling on one leg hopping mid-play, it's usually not a good thing. This Packers defense is getting hit with the injury bug at arguably the worst time of the season for them. 2nd down and 9 for the Seahawks here. We'll see what they say about the Walker injury. Smith throws, almost intercepted by, is it Valentine? Valentine almost pulled off the injury there. Almost pulls off the injury. Oh, God. I can't even. I'm trying to do too much. He almost gets the interception. As 3rd down and 9 here from the Packers' 12-yard line. Seahawks in shotgun formation with obviously a passing situation. High snap. Smith throws it. This time Valentine does get the interception. He's bringing it out of the end zone. He's up to the 5, the 10, and brought down around the 15-yard line. It looked like Smith was having to throw it up in the air on a wing and a prayer. I don't know why Valentine didn't just go down in the end zone for a touchback. But the Packers defense comes up with the stop. He just heaved it up in the double coverage, hoping for the best. I don't know why Valentine here didn't just go down right away in the end zone and just take the ball back at the 20. But the Packers offense is coming back out on the field. So I don't know what we'll be keeping more eyes on what's happening with Kerry Walker here. But that injury did not look good. Geno Smith, it looks like he is very much under siege all night. And this has been a rough season rough season. I wouldn't say it's a rough season. It's been a rough game for him. The Packers' defensive front has been in his face all night. And this has been something very interesting. Again, when I am done with this and the game is over, I'm going to be back to hitting the textbooks and doing more homework and studying. Because, why not? And I'm going to very quickly just go right over there and lock the door for the night. Oh, nice. Nice. I can see the glare of the ice on the road. Nice. It's always fun when you look out your window and you can see the glare of ice. It's the worst we could. Dawson, all my finals have already technically started last week because they're online essay papers. So I have been doing all my finals and everything since last week. So Hell Week started for me last week. I'm just doing this sports thing here to take my mind off of this for a bit. I've also been toying around with and building a Model B-17 on what little bit of spare time I have too. And so far, I don't think you could tell anyone would be able to tell any of this is a B-17 because I'm doing this thing here, which I guess in some way is in the end of it will look like a B-17. But yeah. I still had to study and do a lot of stuff for finals. And there is a holding on Myers. So the Packers' offensive front already gets hit with a penalty. That's going to back them up. They're showing the replay here. It looked like that pass was supposed to be for Lockett, but Geno Smith just airmailed it. It is now 1st down and 17 from their own 7-yard line. Obviously, the Packers are going to play it safe here. They're going to hand it off to Jacobs, and I do not blame them in the least bit. I do not blame them for giving it to their running back on this one. It is now 2nd down. It looks like the Packers are trying to hurry up, and the play is being blown dead, which means either someone call a timeout here, or they got the 12th guy on the field caught that just in the nick of time. Yep, Seattle called timeout to avoid the penalty. I'm still sitting here wondering why the Green Bay Packers have to have another franchise QB in my life while the Bears well, I think we have a franchise QB, but I can't really tell with the way that offense is. Like, I really can't tell. Jordan Love standing under center by himself. So this is going to be a 5 wide, let him fly. Seattle showing blitz. Love throws it up blindly. Tucker Kraft comes up with the ball for the completion. There is laundry on the ground. So as of now, it is a deep ball catch by Kraft. Odds are it was a free play of someone jumping, but we're going to find out. Because if this is offsides, Green Bay is going to decline and take the big chunk play. Yep, offsides on the defense. That penalty has been declined. Seattle was showing blitz and they jumped the gun just a little too early. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because Jordan Love. You know, now that I think of this, the Packers quarterback was able to just throw that into double coverage for a completion. Why is it that the Green Bay Packers have yet again found a quarterback for the third time in a row? They have a franchise QB. And they're showing an advertisement of food, which is making me hungry. But I'm not going to eat while I'm on air. And I can confirm that I have already written, let's see, a 5-page essay, which was about how my ex-girlfriend and I relationship worked in the interpersonal communication world, and my God, was that a hard paper to write. For something that probably should have been really easy, it was really hard. I got another class that I am praying to the good Lord up above that 71.8% holds. So I don't have to take that class again. I'm sitting going, please God, let that hold. Well, yeah. Finals. They suck. College sucks at times. You meet some really fun people. But if you're not on a sports team and you don't got a girlfriend, it kind of sucks and it's really depressing. You'll meet some cool people until you realize that you're single and not even on a sports team, and no one wants to reject a first baseman that talks sports. It's been rough. It has been really rough here in the trenches. But we're getting through it. I'm about to survive my first semester at UWL. I'm missing my old way. I'm back to my old ways of finding every loophole, doing everything up to the last minute as possible, like I did in DeSoto. And I'm sitting here missing the guys from DeSoto. And building this fucker. Which, I will say it, the model I'm building is the reason we're not speaking German and Japanese and watching football. It is 2nd down and 1. You're with 1:35. Hand the ball off to Jacobs. He gets it to about the Seahawks 45. It's a first down with ease. This game has been rather boring so far. Like, it's just, if you're not a Packer fan, you're enjoying this. But if you're just a fan of any other team or just someone who likes football, you're bored out of your mind. Because you're just sitting here going, why am I not surprised? I'm watching the same teams winning again. Love under center. Throws the screen past to Reed. He's going to be brought down by a bunch of highlighters. It's going to be second down and long here. This is about a gain of 1 or 2. Matt LaFleur has his Sharpie out. Oh, they gave him a gain of 3. Really generous fall. Let's see here. Second down and 7. I asked Green Bay's got to run at least one more play here before going into the half. So they're probably going to go for the home run ball here. Throws it to Dobbs. Dobbs goes down. 10 seconds. It's third down. Looks like the Packers call a timeout because Seattle is going to start the... Seattle does start the ball... Start the second half with the ball, I'm pretty sure. Which, if Green Bay scores here to make it a 3-score game, will be a really big uphill battle for the Seahawks. But if the Seahawks stop them here to keep it a 2-score game, it won't be impossible. It'll just be really unlikely. I'm sure I'm not the only person who's still wide awake and will be awake after this game doing finals. Love, shotgun formation. We all know they're just going to heave it as far as his arm will let him heave it. He throws the Hail Mary to Dobbs. And with 4 seconds left on the clock, the Packers get a defensive pass interference. Dobbs is not getting back up. Romeo Dobbs did not get back up on it. The defensive back was groping the man. Holy crap. He was like groping him. That was bad. So this is now first and goal for the Packers with 4 seconds. So they're going to get exactly one more shot at throwing it in the end zone. Did Dobbs get back up? Are they sending the field goal unit out there? Nope, McManus is coming back to the sideline. I would have just kicked the field goal to make it a 3-score game. Going into the half on a chip shot, but Matt LaFleur sometimes does like to be the biggest brain in the stadium. Well, they get exactly one chance at this. And now the Seahawks are calling a timeout. These final 4 seconds here are taking about as much time as the last 5 minutes doing basketball. In the NFC playoff picture, Detroit, as of now, they are still the 1 seed due to tiebreakers. Green Bay wins this, they'd be the 6th seed, still taking on the 3 seed, which would be the winner of the NFC West. If I were them, I'd be wanting to play the winner of the NFC South because that's the weakest division by far. Jordan Love giving some marching orders here on shotgun formation, movement by Reed. 7 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. I don't think they were going to try and run a play there. And they didn't call a timeout. Oh, they did. Yep. They were just going to see if they could get him to jump. Which, not to sound bad, but if Matt LaFleur was just going to kick the field goal, why didn't he just keep his kicker out there from the start? So we literally went through all that and spent 2 minutes of screwing around just to kick a field goal. Anyways, yeah, that kick is up and good. It would have been more embarrassing if he somehow missed the 21-yarder. It is 20-3 going into the half. Green Bay should be lucky that they're not up with 8 more, because you know what usually happens when it's a 28-3 lead. It's going to be interesting to see. There is some fighting at midfield. We have a scrum. We have some white paper versus highlighters. We had some white paper sheets versus highlighters. I don't know what was going on there, but I'm sure Matt LaFleur is going to have a few words with them at the half. He is also 6-1 when leading at the half this year. But Matt LaFleur also doesn't play, whenever he does this, doesn't ever have to play teams worth of crap in December. And whenever they do get good teams in the regular season, it's in Lambeau, where they're always winning somehow. So the Packers take a 20-3 lead as the Packers coach was running in the dark. He must have night vision goggles or something. So Pat Mahomes is hurt. As of now, he's listed week to week. God help me if he's out next week, because it means I'm banking on Caleb Williams in the fantasy football playoffs against the Lions, which might actually benefit me. That might actually benefit me somehow, some way. Like, I don't know how, but I'm sure there's got to be a way it would benefit me. But it should be interesting. Seattle is getting the ball to start the second half. And if it weren't for that pass interference, they would have been stopped. Thomas is back. Really good first half for all defense. Looks especially good. And Josh Jacobs, oh my, he's running all over them. Happy with what I've seen. Yeah. At least one of us can enjoy football in December. At least one of us can, Thomas. So all I'm going to say is at least one of us gets to have meaningful, relevant football and not have to go, yay. I wish I could say I was surprised that we got eliminated from the postseason again today. I really do. Well, you see, I got this shirt on Amazon. And when I saw it said "Breathe if you hate Green Bay" with a football on it, it was a done deal. I had to buy the damn thing. Because I'll admit it, I hate the Packers, everything that organization stands for, and a majority of their fan base, because they never had to deal with losing or heartbreak, and say that their heartbreaks in the playoffs. They've never had to deal with the shit I have and gone through the hell that I've gone through. And wonder why, after a certain point, I don't give a shit about football. So yeah, that's the story behind this shirt. I'm sure if you looked on Amazon, there's also a Packer version that says "Breathe if you hate Chicago." And of course, the Packers get to look good and give their fans hope, while I'm sitting here preparing for an 8-game losing streak. And yes, I saw the Dave Swirsky Monday night skit on Instagram as well. It is awesome. He is at this point the only thing Bear fans look forward to during the season, because God only knows Chicago's never going to win again at this rate. They can't do any worse tomorrow than they did last week. but I won't put it past them either. Like, I really won't put it past them to somehow fall to an 8-game losing streak. I don't get it. They get all the pieces. They have everything you can imagine. The only reason I can think of as to why the team I root for sucks as much as they do, year in and year out, is because of the damn McCaskey family. It's the only reason I can think of. Like, someone tell old lady Virginia to just put in her will that her family must sell the damn team. Like, I'm going to say it now. It better be in her damn will that her family sells the team to someone who's going to care and get rid of all the McCaskey's yes men. So, Ted Phillips, Kevin Warren, the fucked up the Big Ten and all that. If you're a yes man banker that just does what the McCaskies want, whoever buys the team, sell. You're fired if you don't fix the mess you created. And I don't trust them fixing the mess they're fired, which means you're fired. Let the football minds do their job. Let the GM in Ryan Poles hire the next coach. Not Kevin Warren, the president of football operations, where his job is supposed to make sure that the bank account and the business side of things is good. And the GM does everything else involving football. And that is it. And that's all I'm going to say. Next week, on week 16, thank God I'm working. I don't have to watch them slaughter when the Lions kill the Bears. It's bad enough I got to watch the Bears just get murdered by the Vikings tomorrow night. And I'm sure, as you guys can imagine, later on the podcast, so I'm talking about these teams, the section where I'm talking about the Bears, it's gonna be lit. Like that's gonna be something else. Like, it's just flat out gonna be something else. But yeah. Dawson, I just now saw your snap about when I was joking about Wisconsin claiming the dude that was double fisting beers. Did it ever occur to you that because Wisconsin's the drunkest state in America, that I was just joking about the fact that if he's from Wisconsin, we will proudly claim him doing that on national TV as one of us? Especially considering it looked like he was shirtless and in overalls with a Packer hat, so. And no, that's not what I do behind the scenes. I won't tell you everything I do behind the scenes, but here I will tell you this is one thing I definitely do behind the scenes is when I'm not doing homework or putting together content for my latest episode or something like this, I'm playing video games or just reading a book. Like, where did I put that? Most of the time, I'm reading a book like this. I ain't drinking all the time. I joke about it at times, but I'm not an alcoholic. I'm a readaholic who's addicted to books. I'm just addicted to reading. So does that answer that question? That's all I'll say. Does that one answer that question? Let's see here. Already read that comment, answered that one, answered that text message. answered that one with, and I don't answered that one, and I don't think he understood why I didn't sound the most thrilled. The answer to that question on it, I'll just say it now. I hate football. Big bold print exclamation point. I hate football. You know what? Forget just the one exclamation point. I'll put like 100 exclamation points in all caps, everything. Screaming at the top of my lungs. I hate football. Some of you probably know why. But I will just say it. I hate football. So yeah. Well, a lot of people on it and on this may look at me like I'm crazy and say that's one of the most un-American things I can say. The most un-American thing you can say is saying that you hate baseball and that baseball is boring, because that is our sport. We created baseball. We were playing baseball in the 1800s, but well before we were playing football. The NFL didn't show up until after World War One. Major League Baseball, the MLB, what later became the MLB, and then with the National League and American Leagues one time being separate, we just call it professional baseball, has been getting played since 1886. Baseball is America. Football is not. We're just watching because it's the only thing we have on now, because the TV people are stupid. And not as dumb as ESPN. I will give them that. Nothing will top ESPN in the stupidity level. And yeah, my hatred of football, it doesn't just have anything to do with the fact that I'm a Bears fan, even though it's part of it. One of the other things I hate, one of the biggest reasons I hate football is every single year, it's just the same stuff. And rinse, cycle, repeat. The same thing every year, over and over and over. Same teams, same everything. Like, it is bad. They don't care about the fact that people eventually look at the NBA. We'll just say, look at the NBA here, guys. They have the same teams winning every year. Eventually, we quit watching. So, while Packer fans over here going, yeah, 9-4 is unacceptable, but yeah, we're winning. I'm sitting here going, let me get this straight. If you're not a Chiefs fan, a Bills fan, for some weird reason, a Steelers fan, an Eagles fan, a Packer fan, and then this year somehow the Lions, what's the point in caring? Like, what is truly the point in caring? Because your team's not competing for anything. You're just there for money and TV ratings. So now that we're coming back here, it looks like we're finally starting up the third quarter, which means I am 30 football minutes away from being able to log off here. Keep hating football. Holy afro in that picture of Christian Watson. Like, look at that. This is holy afro. NBC is very selective with their stats on who they want to look better and when. because rather conveniently they left out the stats of what Jordan Love is like when he's under siege with his line failing him. All right, anyways, here we go. McManus is about to kick this ball away. It's up. They catch it. So 20, 25, 30, 35, and out of bounds around the 40. That is about one of the biggest kickoffs I've seen all year. Miller Lite is good. Miller Lite is really good. All right, folks. They're showing some pre-done interview from the halftime. The lights were off. Geno Smith and the highlighters. They hand the ball off to the running back. The highlighter is met by a whole bunch of white paper. We'll see what happens here now, folks, as it is second down and, well, whatever the official spotting is. Second down and 7 was a gain of 3. Smith is in shotgun formation here. We'll see what they do. Shotgun, on drop back, throws the JSN. He gets the first down. It's down around the 49 after slipping. Walker is limping around by that blue tent. He has a towel over his head, which every player seems to do when they're depressed nowadays. My guess is it looks like he has been ruled out with an ankle injury. That's a major blow to the defense, especially their rush. They hand it off to the running back. He makes a few men miss and gets a gain of 2 or 3. So it's going to be second down. We have it now where there's a second down. Tyler Lockett is a little slow to get up, which is also not going to be good for the Seahawks. We'll see what happens here. Can we just get the Legion of Boom against this Packers offense? Like Legion Boom in their prime versus the current young Packers offense? Because that kind of sounds like it'd be fun to see what happens. Okay, so he just got absolutely hit in the next week by that defensive back, but all's okay because the DB has a Packer logo on his helmet. Geno Smith did not look ready for that snap. He throws it to Metcalf. It's going to be third and short. Looks like they're giving him forward progress. The Seahawks have been doing everything left and right to try and help the Packers just win this game so far, and that's honestly depressing. Yeah, Geno Smith was not ready for that football, so the fact that they got a positive gain out of that is impressive. It's going to be third down and 2. The snap, they hand it off to the running back. He got that first down and then some with ease. He got that one with ease. We'll see what happens here now. Yep, they handed it off. Away they go. It's first down and 10. Seattle marching down the field. Lock under set. He gets. Yeah, Wyatt gets the sack of Smith. And the Packers defensive front decided that, oh yeah, we should probably remember how to play football. We went from being one of the worst defensive edge rushes to, by the way, our pass rush all of a sudden became good. This is another reason why I hate football. It's the same crap. Anyways, 2nd and 19, Smith, he just threw it on the ground because there is laundry on the field. This is against the Seahawks. This is just gonna confirm that the refs are on Green Bay's side. Huh? Huh? Okay, so it's declined for a 3rd down. So we got 3rd and forever. The Packers once again getting to enjoy a team shitting the bed here. Packers showing full blitz. Smith under pressure. Throws. Once again, there's laundry on the ground, and probably going to be a hold. Oh, classic. Holding on the offense. Let's make it 3rd and 29, shall we? This is ridiculous. Just play football. Okay. The Packers have been doing that all day and not got called. Green Bay has literally been doing that all night and hasn't been called for it. 3rd down and 29. Geno Smith throws. They knowing that they're going to have to punt, and what was a good drive becoming a punt because, well, Green Bay just seems to get whatever they frickin' want. Dixon. Nice name. Nice name, kid. Yeah, Matthew, Green Bay's offensive line's been doing the same shit all night. What's your point? I know it was a hold, but Green Bay... Oh! Hey, Matthew, case in point. Why is it, even if it was a fair catch, why didn't the Green Bay defender have the yellow handkerchief come out on him for throwing a guy to the ground like that? Need I more evidence to argue my case in point there? Green Bay literally just gets what they want, gets the calls they want. Everything benefits them. I'm never going to see the Bears be good again in my life because they'll never fit the NFL's agenda. Like, this is part of the reason I hate football. Well, yes, that was a hold. Why haven't they called the Packers for the same damn thing? Why didn't they call the Packer guy for throwing him to the ground? There's a difference between being good and... Matthew, there's a difference between being good and the refs not calling shit. If Green Bay was good, they wouldn't have lost to the Lions last week. If they were good, they would have beat the Eagles. They would have beat the Vikings. We wouldn't be sitting here looking at a 9-4 team. But I'll wait. I don't think Packer fans understand that there's more, do they? They've never had to understand losing. I forgot that the younger Packer fans here don't understand what losing is like. Well, which version of the Mets are we talking about? You gotta understand. The Mets argument you're using You just used one of the arguments that shows why baseball is superior to football because the Mets went on a run nobody saw coming. In football, you're never going to see the Bears, the Giants, the Jets go on runs. It's the Chiefs again. For how many years? The Patriots, the Seahawks. I present to you the same handful of teams. Baseball, you actually get teams like the Diamondbacks going on runs, and that makes it superior to football in every way. But anyways, Packers first and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Let's see what they do here. A screen pass to Reed. And do they teach you how to tackle in the NFL anymore? Like, valid question. Do they teach them how to tackle anymore in the NFL? That's all I'm going to say is do they teach you how to tackle in the NFL? Second down and 2 with the luckiest team in America versus whatever is left of the Seahawks. It's annoying the fact that I have to see another franchise QB in Green Bay. They hand the ball off to Jacobs, and that's going to be third and short, if not a first down. Hey, if it isn't the UWO alumnus himself, I'm Brian Gutekunst. Hey, Brian. You can use your first-round pick on a kicker or a punter, because that would actually be kind of funny. Like, that would be hilarious. I don't recommend it, but it would be hilarious. No, seriously, I would never recommend drafting a kicker unless you just want to be a meme in Madden. Like, if you're playing Madden, go for it, because no, it won't affect you. So, when is the NFL media going to stop playing the youngest team in the NFL card? Or do they got to appease the Packers market some more? Well, that went nowhere. That went nowhere. Also, why is this guy wearing a big foam bird on his head? And how did the Packers' offensive line just leave a big gaping hole? Unless that's part of the inexperience and youth. Also, you think the punter on the Packers is probably one of the easiest gigs in the NFL because you don't have to do a whole lot? Matthew, I've already acknowledged that the Bears suck, and I will say it again. We suck ass. The Bears suck. I'm never going to see them win. I'm just used to it. That's why I watch baseball. Like, at this point, I just know the Bears will never win a Super Bowl. They might win a division title here or there, but I know they're never going to win. And it's no different than Packer fans saying that they were going to off themselves if the Bears hit that field goal. My Super Bowl is just seeing if the Bears can actually beat Green Bay once. Let's let that sink in and how low a level and how of expectations and stuff is for fans. One sitting here going, man, if all goes right and the stars align, we're going to be in the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here going, are we ever going to win a game? Are they ever going to win? And yeah, I know. The Bears and the Chicago media hype themselves up every year. And then every year we repeat this loop where by the time we reach this point every year, we're sitting here going, what the fuck just happened? But I guess it could be worse. I could be a New York Jets fan right now. Which, wow, that's a dumpster fire out there. But I'm going to say it. You find me another Bears fan that going into the season, when everyone else was saying, oh, playoffs, and think they'd be playoffs, that was doing what I did. I'm saying 8-9 if we're lucky. If you want, I can go pull up the Twitter thing where I posted. Go find and send you the screenshot. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. New York does have other good teams. It's called the Buffalo Bills because their other two football teams play in New Jersey. So the Seattle Highlighters take a deep shot downfield. And I'm not even going to ask how the Packers secondary left Tyler Lockett that wide open. Matthew, I'm sure you could probably confirm that that's a story as old as time where you somehow just look up and the Packers leave a guy wide open. And again, I'm not the only one here who has noticed that after Jaire Alexander got the bag that he kind of just became non-existent. Am I? Like, obviously he got paid for a reason, but the man has it. And Geno Smith is on the ground hurt, which is so he got hurt. Obviously, the Packers defender's not going to be able to stop midair when he's trying to get out of the way of the guy diving. Is that that's one of those plays where the defender's going to be like, well, shit, I just hurt a guy for landing on his ankles when I was diving to make a play on accident. And Sam Howell has now entered the game, which, oh God. His time with Washington last year, he had 21 interceptions to match his 21 touchdowns. Oh God. No wonder Washington moved on. Howell screen pass to Najigma, and I can't exactly see this game being winnable for the Seahawks now with the backup. They are not playing the Chicago Bears because the Bears would snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. God, I'm never gonna not get used to having to say that sentence about them. It kills me every time. Rangers, Knicks, Yankees, Mets. Yeah. But Matthew, you also know why I'm making fun of the whole Buffalo is New York's team thing. And just like that, it is now 4th and 12 with the backup QB. And we're getting a field goal try. Cool. So it's going to make it. So if they make it, this will be 20-6 on this 45-yarder. That kicks up and it is good. So it is now 20-6. If Geno Smith is hurt, that's going to be the end of the season for Seattle, probably, because Sam Howell is not going to carry them to the playoffs. So I'm going to have to pull up the NFC West standings now because this looks like the NFC West could be a little interesting. Like, that's going to get real interesting real quick. And I'm getting an advertisement for a horror movie. Oh, well. Oh, well. Standings. Scroll a trillion years to the end of. Let's look at the very sexiest 4-9. Packer fans are just jealous that we make a 7-game losing streak look good. Let's see. Yeah, if Seattle loses this, they'll go to 8-6, and they'll be tied with the Rams. Arizona's 7-7, and San Francisco is dead in the water at 6-8. But the NFC South, the Buccaneers are leading at 8-6. The Falcons are 6-7. The Saints are 5-9, which that one is a miracle. I will say that to myself. That one is impressive. Because they have won with 3 different QBs being thrown in and out all the time. Again, tomorrow night, guys, is probably going to be the one where everyone's sitting here laughing their asses off because I'm going to be going, why, oh, why am I doing this to myself? Watching the Bears. Which that is going to be sad. Really? Really sad. But 4-10, here we come. The Bears are the complete opposite of the Chiefs. So Green Bay just sneezed it into the end zone here, which makes sense. So they're so they're just talking about how the Packers' offensive line has been fairly consistent all year, which is they've had only 2 starting offensive line combinations, tying the fewest in the NFL. God, I wish that could be the Bears. I really do. Love under center. Running. Unloads downfield. And miraculously is another defensive pass interference. Okay, so he turned his head. He's playing the ball. I'm not even gonna try anymore. I'm just gonna roll with it because he turned his head. He is playing the ball. The wide receiver is playing defensive back. Seattle has now got over 100 yards in penalties, which has definitely killed them. They hand it off to the running back, which that is going nowhere. I am getting bored with this because it is a 20-6 massacre. Can someone just wake me up for when the Packers and Vikings are beating the crap out of each other, please? Like, I just want to know when they're beating up on each other next. And just wake me up for that, please. Alright, there are Love under center. Dumps it off to the running back. He's around the 25-yard line, I'd say, give or take a few inches. Good call. So you're saying, Matthew, you agree with the saying this one is probably over on a backup quarterback for Seattle. And watching the Vikings and Packers beat the living crap out of each other, because you know they're going to, should be interesting. I'm also interested to see how J.J. McCarthy's going to turn out if he's not, like, a wasted first round pick. Love running, unloads. Did his receiver catch that? Watson caught that ball? You know, it's probably why he's making NFL money and I'm not. But damn, he caught that somehow. He caught that going down on his knees, sliding on the turf. Yeah. Jordan Love is 15 and 16, 170 yards and a touchdown. You know, I'm wondering how. Yeah, the NFL doesn't know how to. They don't teach. You're not allowed to tackle anymore, are you? Because I remember back when I was younger, that wide receiver screen instead of that reverse. That wasn't a screen. That reverse play there would have. When there was a defender right there, Reed would not have even gotten 5 yards out of that because that Seahawks DB would have just knocked him into next weekend. Packers handed off to one of their running backs. Which one? I can't tell. If it was Jacobs, okay, makes sense. He's kind of dominating. Okay, yeah, it was Josh Jacobs. He's a solid back. It's 3rd down and 5. Just feed the ball to your running back at this point. It's kind of over. So they've only ran the ball 5 times in the second half, which is kind of absurd with this big a lead. 3rd down and 5. Jordan Love under center. Flags flying everywhere. So it's either a false start or offsides or encroachment, one of the 3. Or an illegal shift. It's a cha-cha. It's a false start. Let's see if it was. It's slightly noticeable. I don't know if that would have changed anything. Okay, so it's 3rd down and 10. It's not like that penalty's probably going to change anything here. The Packers would probably, either way, they're probably going to score. Green Bay, Love throws, Watson. So it'd be 4th down and 1. With this big a lead, I'd just send out the field goal unit, but I don't know what's going to happen here. Yep, he's just going to send out the kicking unit because it's 20-6. He's not going to. I don't know. Now, if Green Bay were losing 20-6 this close to the end zone, yeah, you're going to go for that. So he's going to be kicking another 23-yard chip shot here. That one is up and good. Again, it would have been really embarrassing if he missed that. So it is now 23-6 with a so 26-6 is a 20-point game. How in God's green earth is this a 17-point game? Could someone please enlighten me? How in God's green earth is this game only a 17-point differential? With the way the Packers have been playing all night, how on God's green earth is Seattle not dead yet? Like, good Lord. That's just, someone please, just please explain to me how it's only a 2-touchdown and field goal game. Like, how? Just how? Well, now you know I got the beer belch. All right. So the Bears wide receiver Rome Odunze apparently has time to do a commercial with the which organization is it? With the Chicago Peace Initiative. Here's another reason the Bears suck. Here's another reason. Their wide receivers, instead of working on football, are making Peace Corps Initiative commercials and airing the Chicago Peace Corps Initiatives ads with them in it instead. Okay, so we got the he gets the ball to about the 25. I don't know what's happened, but whoever 56 is on the Packers, you can tell, like, obviously you're in the air. You can't stop where your trajectory is. The quarterback's just trying to move out of the way. You're not going to be. They lost both Geno Smith and Tyler Lockett. And it's a knee injury for Smith, so that's never good. And Sam Howell has already been sacked by Inabagwe. I probably butchered that name both times, but either way, Packer fans know what I'm saying. Here it is. Howell. How might someone explain to me, was he a... This is bad. This quarterback play is bad. How is he in the league? How is Sam Howell in the NFL with the struggles he's doing? All right, he's under center. And he is... You're telling me he couldn't have just heaved the ball away for all he was worth? Well, that was bad. That was really bad. Like, that quarterback play was pathetic. So a lot of stuff that's just absolutely pathetic. I guess the only good thing going about this game is it's like it's 9:25 and we're already in the fourth quarter, which means there's none of this we're gonna be awake for a million years. This game is just up and moving. They're just keeping her moving. That's the one good thing about this game, I guess. I'm not going to admit how many beers I had on air. I'm just going to say I had some because I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. I don't have to go anywhere. And I know it. I don't have to go anywhere, so I'm just going to... You know how they say the truth comes out of someone when they're drunk? I am to the point of where saying the truth about what I think about Gunderson when I'm on air because I'm drunk. But I'm not that drunk yet to where I'm saying the truth. Oh boy. Tomorrow should be fun for the Bears. Also, why are we doing all the drone light shows, man? So Seattle's punting away. I don't think anyone's going to miss that. He breaks one tackle. Reed brought down around the 50-yard line. So Green Bay's got some good start field position here. And if the Packers score a touchdown here and make it 30-6, I will log off. But if they don't, I'll ride it out. This game has been a real lackluster letdown. Like right now, Green Bay is leading 23-6 with 14:50 here left in the game. The Seahawks are on their backup quarterback, and I'm sure the NFL is wishing that they could have had the Lions and Bills as their Sunday night football game now instead of this, because on paper it should have been a great game. But instead, we're getting a 23-6 blowout. Jacobs. He has us about the 45. I thought they were at the 50. I thought they were at the 50. I guess they're only at their own 45. All right, well. Green Bay has it. It's second down to 7 here at their own 45-yard line. Somehow the total plays is 41-37. Total yards is 275. You're telling me even in an ass whooping, how did Jordan Love get out of that? Yep. I will never see the Bears win because the Packers have a QB that can even escape getting sacked. Okay, so now Green Bay has it at the 50. Did my lights just flicker? Love throws it. Where was he trying to get that ball? Where was he throwing that ball? Okay, correction. How did his receiver not hold on to the ball? 4th down and 3. The offense is still out there at the midfield point. Green Bay is either going for it or they're gonna. That is not good, folks. My lights are flickering, so I'm gonna actually have to log off here. Let's see. Yep, they take the delay game, but my lights are flickering, struggling to stay on. So I'm gonna have to log off, folks. I'm sorry about that, but I'm gonna have to fix that problem. Hopefully, you enjoy the rest of the game, because oh shit, this is bad.